This happened when I was in my 20s. I was living with my then boyfriend in an apartment in a small town that smelled like cow farts everywhere you went. He'd asked me to move there with him when he got offered a job, and me being a young idiot left my life to go be with him. He moved out there first to get our new living space secured while I closed out my life in San Diego. Apparently, during that time we were apart, he had started a whole ass affair with his boss. I didn't find out about it until a few months after I had moved in with him. Unfortunately, I had to stay for a few more months while I figured out how to leave. I moved into the spare bedroom. He kept telling me he wanted to work things out, and at first I did try, only to find out he was still cheating. Only this time I didn't tell him I knew. I continued my plans to leave, all while pretending to work things out. One of the things I did for him was make his lunches. He just loved my chili. One day I made a huge batch, enough to feed him for a whole week. Every lunch I packed for him that week, I included half a can of dog food mixed into his chili. He was so impressed with that batch, he even called me from work to tell me how amazing it was. And yes, I was also realizing that's not exactly a compliment to my cooking. One day, I think it was on the 4th or 5th day of chili, his female cousin was over as I was preparing his lunch. I must have been on autopilot because I was taking out the can of dog food and pouring it into his chili, mixing it around as we were chatting, until I realized she was staring at what I was doing in horror. I stopped and was like, "Ah, crap!" We just kind of stared at each other, and next thing I knew, she was laughing her ass off, asking me what the hell am I feeding her cousin? I told her, look, he likes it at LOT, I've been feeding it to him all week. She said no way her cousin would eat dog food on purpose, so I had to admit to her he doesn't. No, but he keeps telling me it's my best batch ever. I also explained to her why I started doing it. That he had been cheating on me, all while telling me he wanted a life with me and got me to uproot my life for him. And she got on my team. Even participated in heating it up for the thermos and seasoned it with some extra tapatio sauce. She was actually the one to put that extra dollop of dog food into the mix too. Ex-boyfriend did find out shortly after because his cousin couldn't to keep a secret for shit, and she thought it was so funny she had to tell him, but to this day he thinks I only fed it to him the one time she witnessed it. He doesn't know he had been eating it all week.